everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about how we can develop skills that can help us to advance in our career. So if you would like to find out, stay tuned. When I was faced with this as a corporate executive and I wanted to advance in my career, there were a few skills that I had to learn. The number one, and I would say almost the most important one, was to become a really good listener. There is a big difference between hearing and listening. And I had to learn how to become even beyond that, but to become an active listener. So part of being a good communicator is being able to listen actively to what people say and formulating responses that are accurate in order to respond well. So I started being really effective and paying attention to what people were saying. And so words and sentences became really important because these carry messages if we want to communicate effectively. And there are often so many misunderstandings when we don't have effective communication and when someone listens and doesn't respond in the right way. The second thing that I did was to work well with others. In the work environment, I found that if you get along with your colleagues, it was a nice feather in your cap. No one wants to work with difficulty. People want to have ease and a good connection and a good rapport. I also started to organize my time a little better in order to meet the deadlines so that I could work well with others, because if you know anything about deadlines when it comes to board meetings, there's always one department that holds the entire process up. And so I had to learn how to adjust the things that I did in my department in order to work well and accommodate that department in order to meet the deadlines. And so really being able to pivot at any given moment when something happened, and being accommodating, as well as receiving accommodation from other departments and from my work colleagues. And so that give and take, I found, was something that really helped me to improve my relationships at work, and that in itself was a skill that helped me to advance in my career, because people enjoy working with someone that they can get along with, but that are efficient and that can deliver on time and knows how to really manage their time. The third skill that really helped me to excel in my career was working through challenging situations. And here it has to do with emotional maturity. Being emotionally mature and being able to manage our emotions in the workplace was something that helped me to take that one step back and to process and to assess, formulate a response, and then respond from a place of empowerment, a place of understanding, a place of logic, rather than responding from an emotional place. When your boss and your colleagues see that you are emotionally mature enough to interact and engage in a professional and mature way, that is something that will help you to advance your career, because people want to work with leaders, want to work with strong leaders who are emotionally mature. And so people who can think critically and who can make choices and decisive decisions, they are more likely to resolve problems in the workplace than someone who has a challenge to making difficult decisions or having difficult conversations, or someone who cannot think critically, especially not under pressure. So for anyone who knows my story and who's heard me speak on stage will know that I speak about the fact that I had really low self-worth. But if ever I speak about it and I mention it to people or people who know me, they will always say, "What are you talking about? You? Low self-worth? You never ever exuded that in the workplace or as a friend or even as a family member." And so it came down to me believing in myself, despite the fact that I had low self-worth. But I believed that I had what it takes, and that helped me to have confidence in my decisions. And so it made it easier for others to believe in me because I believed in myself. And the positive energy can help to motivate and instill that confidence in the people around you. And so you can handle challenges much better and you reach your goals much faster if you believe in yourself and you know you've got what it takes. And there's a fine line to walk between being self-confident and believing in yourself and being arrogant. And that is something that I also came across during my time as a corporate executive. And so I implore you to be mindful in how you come across as a confident person who believes in themselves, so that it does not come across as arrogant. You should also be able to adapt to change if you want to advance in your career. Being stuck in one way of doing things and one way of understanding and implementing things is always something that is a stickler in the workplace. Be flexible and open to learning and trying new ways, and being able to engage with others to make sure that you are on the same page. And if things don't work the way that is envisaged by others, then you've given that opportunity for the exploration thereof. And that in itself means that you are flexible and that you have an open mind and you're willing to try new things. And I find that if we are rigid in our ways and we refuse to change the way we do things, and we simply decide, well, this is something that has always worked this way, it doesn't really help us. It can also make these situations less stressful for everyone involved. And if you want to advance in your career, honesty is always the best policy. Being dishonest in the workplace is never acceptable. I find that having a good work ethic is something that can show your peers that you are someone with integrity, someone who they can trust, somebody who is a man of their word. And if you are a man of your word when it comes to the workplace, it means that you can be trusted. And if you can be trusted, it means that you are well respected. And if you are well respected, it means that you have integrity. That goes a long way. Whether you are the boss or whether you are a colleague in the workplace, people really gravitate towards people who have integrity. And people with good work ethic, they tend to just be more productive, more reliable, more determined, and they generally are really good leaders that colleagues and staff can look up to. And usually they have the tendency to really guide others around them. And they are natural born leaders. And being a good leader requires confidence, vision, and communication. And people who build these relationship skills can help their teams to progress and be productive without being controlling. And those are some of my tips that helped me to advance in my career. I hope that it helps you. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. And I'll see you again in my next video.